Got Max right here.
Hi, and welcome back to The Secret Life of Parkinson's. I'm Jessica Krauser.
And I'm Brian Baker.
We're coming to you from both of our houses individually. Um,
Because we don't live together.
we don't. That's probably a good thing. Um, but it is the holiday season, so we decided to not do any special interviews this month, trying to give ourselves a month off, maybe give Steve some time off and Melissa, but we figured we could just still stay at home and talk about life.
Nothing like staying at home.
So what I want to talk about though today is, again, I don't know if it's frozen shoulder or just shoulder pain, but we're talking about shoulders today. You love shoulders.
I do.
So you've had experience with, would you call it frozen shoulder or just
I think don't they consider frozen shoulder like when you don't swing your arm when you walk?
a frozen shoulder is medically referred to as adhesive capsulitis. This is from
Uh,
medicine.com. Huh. It's called adhesive capsulitis, according to, that's funny that she just recorded that. Okay. Um,
so I think I mean, I know what
Yeah,
happens
I
when
know
you
it's when you don't
like,
swing it, but like not only that you don't swing it, like because I like swing mine. I know I don't do it
but you have to think
naturally.
you have to think about it.
I have to think about it. But but
But
I'm
then it
now
also causes pain. Like I got a lot of pain when I was like sleeping because I'd sleep with like my hand over my head, and then I tried to sleep with it down, and it was just pain all the time.
but you don't
I
have
get
it
the same
anymore
thing. Not nearly as much as I used to.
because of DBS or just because
I think it's just one of the things that kind of comes and goes. Like
well,
I still get pain in my shoulder, my elbows.
yeah.
You know.
So mine like I have not been swinging my arm for almost 5 years. So that was one of the early symptoms of like noticing like that I wasn't doing that. But I never had pain in my arm or my shoulder until this year. So 4 years in after diagnosis, I started getting elbow pain earlier this year, and then just this month or last month, I started getting like very like rigid, like feeling or like just stiff to the point now where like this bicep is bigger than this one. And so
Uh,
I'm right-handed. My Parkinson's affects my right side right now. Well, it affects both sides, but mostly my right. But I'm left hand dominant. So the fact that this is bigger and like significant, like I can even feel it right now. It just is always feels like it's flexed almost.
mhm.
But it's going up into my shoulder and like right back here. So it's always it feels like stiff to the point where if I'm like typing, I like get like this and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. And it's
So you're on what medications?
so I actually saw my neurologist last week. I saw Dr. Malone and I'm on carbidopa levodopa and amantadine. Um, and I take carbidopa levodopa. I was taking it 4 times a day, but I would do one and a half, then one and a half, one, and then I would take a fifth one like at nighttime, like a extended release. But now she just said make every single one and a half. So I did that, but I'm actually gonna message the office today because she's like, try that for a week, and if that doesn't help, because she said it's just not that it's just rigidity, but it's rigidity.
Right.
Um, and that's what's causing it. She said if that doesn't help relieve some of the tension, then I'm going to try spreading out my amantadine that I take. I thought I was taking it just for dyskinesia,
Mm-hmm.
but she said it's also for it could help with the rigidity or tremors as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't have much success with the Amantadine either. Now I thought that was what because as soon as I started taking that, that's when I started getting pain in my shoulder and elbow, and I thought that was might be causing it. But obviously it wasn't. 'Cause even after I got done taking it, stopped taking it, I still had pain in my shoulders and elbows. So
Mm. And you don't get as much in your shoulder now?
it's one of those things that it's just like everything else is stupid disease. It just comes and goes at different
Yeah.
times. So it might be a couple weeks I'll have a lot of pain, and then there might be a
Mhm.
week where I don't have any pain.
Yeah,
There's
I
days
mean,
in the gym I can't lift up.
Yeah.
I can't curl because my elbows hurt so bad. But then there's days where it didn't hurt at all. So
Can you, so when you, the pain, because somebody asked me the other day, they're like, is it like a sharp pain? And it's not, it's like, it's just like a stiffness, like you can't,
yeah, I would almost
like, I
consider
don't
it
know
like
how
an
to explain.
arthritic,
Hmm?
like how people describe as arthritis to me is how I would almost describe this pain.
Okay.
It's what I'm saying. It's like it starts right here and it just aches the
Yeah.
whole time you go up.
Yeah. And it's like, I just
And
wish I wasn't.
then once you're there, it stops until you go back down, and then,
Yeah.
and then it
So that's
starts
what
like moving.
arthritis feels like?
I don't know. That's what it's described to me as. It
Oh.
feels like. I don't know. In my head, that's what it feels like.
Right. But I honestly feel like, because I did end up getting a massage, which was nice. I seriously wish I could do that like every single day. But she was like, she could feel like there was a knot up here. So it almost reminded me of like when I was first diagnosed, I always felt like the tension was always in my foot and my calf. And it literally felt like there was like a knot in my calf for like a year.
Hmm.
And now it's gone. Like I still
Yeah,
have like stiffness, but it's not as bad. So I'm kind of hoping that this will
yeah.
it pass or go away?
The medication, if you up your meds, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But it's seriously annoying. Like it literally stopped me from working yesterday, um, because I like couldn't type anymore. And I was like, I was like type like not even again, I'm not I don't really feel like stressed or whatever, but I'm like typing and all of a sudden it's just like so like tight and I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I just gotta like drop it or do something.
I don't know. Wish I had better answers.
Yeah. Well, the
Mark
good
that
thing,
mark that one down for Dr. Patel next time we see him.
yeah. Well, and it's funny, it's like I don't even know if anybody has answers, nor do I. I'm
No,
not
but
really.
I think I think it has something to do. I think I talked about this before a little bit about like people that talk about like if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're getting pain in your elbow and you sit here like this instead
Mm,
of stretching it out and working it out, your brain is not sending dopamine to that part of your body.
hmm.
And by stretching out and working it out and exercising, we're telling our brain that that part of the body needs dopamine.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't know.
it's,
So even if you can't, if it hurts, just don't use weights. But you still
yeah,
have to
I
move it.
know.
You have to keep moving it. You
Yeah,
just letting it, isolating it, and not moving it is not going to help it.
that's what I did today. I didn't use weights on that arm. Or, the one time I did do weights, we were doing something and just like this motion didn't hurt.
Hmm.
And so I
Yeah,
was like, I did that. And then I just stood up against a wall and like put my like twisted. So like I would stretch my shoulder out.
yeah,
I know that there's stretches that I
yeah,
can do. I should probably ask my sister-in-law 'cause she's a physical therapist, but
yeah.
I
Well,
need to do that.
like I said, I know. Like a lot of times I can do hammer curls, but
Yeah.
I can't do like a regular curl because that hurts my elbow.
Hmm.
Why? I don't know.
I can do a jumping jack, but I can't do like a slow, like I can go fast for whatever reason, but I can't do a slow motion, like like power up when you just go, your arms go straight up.
This disease is ridiculous.
It is. But yeah, so I just was sharing because I know a lot of other people have that same feeling and just you just have to keep moving it and just it progresses some fast, some slow, but
Yeah, I mean, as it progresses, I'm sure we're gonna face more of these things.
yeah. And I think it's just, I think a lot of people just like to hear that it's part of it, because like in the beginning, I think everybody isolates so many things to say, oh, I didn't know that contributed. Like I literally contribute almost everything that happens now to Parkinson's. And I know I shouldn't, but
Yeah,
that's where
but
I start.
yeah, but I mean, it's just your default mechanism, I
Well,
think. I mean,
because it's supposed it affects everything.
Yeah, it does.
you know? So
So,
just wanted to complain a little bit.
yep. And so we
Okay.
do best.
I know. Um, okay.
All right.
All I have.
Well,
Thanks for joining me via Zoom. And
yes, we'll have to do this again sometime.
yeah, sorry, Steve, that we're both going rogue now.
No,
But
Steve, no, she's rogue.
we'll be back in the normal studio we have a lot of actually interviews coming up um in the new year. We'll have to talk about that next time, but got a lot
Yeah,
of good stuff coming up.
and leave your suggestions, your questions, anything you want to hear about, talk about, anything like that. Please leave
Yeah,
it in the chat notes.
leave it in the
Comment.
comments or send us an email, which the email address is shown at the end of every episode, but it's just info@thesecretlifeofpd.org.
Yep, don't forget to subscribe.
Click the button. All
Bye,
right,
everybody.
bye. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll talk to you next time.